Welcome back to the Oakland A's franchise, episode number 3. Today, we still suck, but we're going to try to get to draft day, and then I believe I'm going to try to do that as the next episode. So this is going to be like just grinding through the season, doing some critical moments. I believe we're going to play one game. We're probably going to end up playing one against the Pirates, just considering they are pretty bad too. So this might be end up being a fight for who has the higher pick. And then looking at us, Tony Kemp's not doing great. I mean, honestly, it's probably going to be our whole roster. Seth Brown's doing, I would say that's pretty good. Plus 300 OBP, plus 250 average. OPS around normal for him. Lemus Diaz is doing pretty bad, but not as bad as he used to be doing. He was in the 100s. Lawrence Butler's kind of struggling. Ramon Laureano is struggling. He dropped down to his like 250 batting average. However, I would say his walks to strikeout ratio is a lot better than it is. So at this point, he still has a way higher trade value than normal, I would assume. And then Manny Pena is subbing in for Shea Langeliers, who unfortunately got injured last season. On the bench, Kyle Stevenson, he's doing okay. Brent Rooker has really done great, so I'm going to try to get him in more against righties. And then looking at the actual rotation, Kyle Muller's doing good. Waldichuk is improved. He was at a 4.5 last episode. Blackburn's doing pretty good. Caparellian's doing really good. And then Hogan Harris is on something right now. I don't know why or how he's doing that good. May, I believe, had a blow-up save recently, so his ERA is pretty inflated. Hopefully we can get it back down near All-Star break, because he is going to be someone we are looking to move to try to get either a prospect from or combine him and another player for a decent younger player. Zach Jackson's still doing pretty good. Second rider not doing well at all. Acevedo, I don't know, whatever. Sam Mole, I mean, that's kind of what the rest of the bullpen is, whatever. Except for JP Sears, he's doing decent. And he has the potential to stay in this bullpen, considering he has renewable and arbitration for the next 5 years. Howard Gale, I don't know how to feel about this. His potential went down, and his overall window slightly closed. Um, he doesn't look that great. Stuart Nishi is probably the guy we're gonna end up taking, um, but it doesn't sound that good to me. So I'm not sure. Richie Pereira has not looked that great. He's actually, I feel like, falling in that regard. Luis Reyes is moving up a little bit, but he is a fielder. He's not a hitter. I feel like I need a hitter, at least a decent one that can help us out if we actually need a bat. Miguel Brito, I like him too. He's actually looked a little bit better recently. If we can finish scouting him, I'm probably gonna single him out after we go after some pitching here near the end of this. Okay, so looking at our scouting, we just looked at 27 starting pitchers and 12 catchers. So we're gonna look at what we found. Starting pitchers, we looked at Edgar Escobedo, who actually looks pretty good. He might be there for us. He just looks really solid. Ruben Waldron doesn't look as good at the moment. But we said Henry looks really good. Hyde, super high potential. Could be really bad, could be really good. Dirk Leach could be insane. We haven't looked at him quite yet. Jamie Armas. I mean, his ceiling just got, or his floor got upped a little bit. Miguel Hernandez could be a good second year or second round pitcher. Same with Jose Manuel. Actually, he definitely won't be around. His draft rank is too high for that. All right, Waldichuk. I'm only gonna hit for this episode, so we're not gonna have quick counts on, but I will quick manage pitching. Okay, so going up against Rich Hill, so far just over a 4 ERA. Pretty normal whip, I would say. Doesn't look too bad. He has a nasty curveball, so I gotta watch out for that. And we look at that. It's a little low, so full count in the first at-bat of the game. And we take a look at ball 4, and Tony Kemp will get a leadoff walk for Jace Peterson, who is hitting 169. And then he hits me with the high heat again, and Jace Peterson goes down on strikes. I don't know why I got too big there. And that was probably ball 4. I swung at it, and 2 down now. And that is ball number 4 again. So Rich Hill finds himself in a little bit of a situation. 2 walks that led Miss Diaz with an RBI opportunity. And that might get down. It's going to drop. We're going to send Tony Kemp. And he's going to score. We actually take the lead on an Miss Diaz bloop single. 1-0. That's another similar swing. But that one's going to hang. And we in the first inning with the score being 1-0 for your Oakland Athletics. Ken Waldachuk going up against this Pittsburgh order. He gets in trouble and he gives up a run. So I see why he loses games. He did not hold down their order at all. Oh, he crushes it. Perfect. And that is way gone for Manny Pena. And that'll give us the lead again. What a swing. I mean, that was automatic off the bat. What a sounds. That ball went 446. We have to slow it down a little bit for this off speed. I'm getting fooled a little bit. And we're on that cutter. It's pretty far back. McCutcheon trying to make the running catch. That's off the wall. That'll at least be a double. We're going to stay at second base. Tony Kemp with a walk and a double in his first 2 ABs. That's a perfect, and that'll get through for a single. McCutcheon is not trying to go to first. Alright, Manny Pena up. He just hit that no-doubter his last at-bat. And this time he hits a pretty hard liner. It's going to get through past the first baseman. He's going to stop at first. Rooker's going to be able to make it to third, and that'll be first and third with 1 out. And we make contact with that. Is that going to drop? That really drops. And Lawrence Butler gets a hit that way. Tony Kemp, our hottest hitter of the game, up. And he looks to get another one, but it is robbed. And that'll be a double play. What a stop from the shortstop. 3-1 game for Waldachuk. And we get out of that pretty easily. He gives up a walk, but then immediately followed by double play. That was right down the middle. Pretty good timing. Somewhat of a hard hit ball. It goes right to the shortstop, though. That's so stupid. Okay, so after getting bailed by the umpire, 2-2 count. Alright, now it's full. Should be Seth Brown's second walk, but the umpire just doesn't want that to happen. That's a pretty hard hit ball, 101 off the bat. It's pretty far back, going to the wall, and Seth Brown hits a home run. Let's go. I'm glad we didn't get the walk now. 101 off the bat to right center field, 411 in distance, and that will be Seth Brown's 8th home run. Rich Hill threw that right down the middle. Waldachuk gives up 2 base runners. I'm debating leaving him in 1 more at bat, seeing if he can get out of this. We are. And he gets into a double play. That'll be it for him. We're going to take him out when it's time for him to pitch. That one's crushed. Lawrence Butler gets through, and that'll be his first hit. I believe it's actually his second hit because he had that one blooper. So second hit of the game, first hit of the inning. 3-2 count for Mr. Tony Kemp. If we get on for Jace Peterson, I might consider making a pinch hit happen. Oh, knees buckled right in the zone there. Jace Peterson 1 on. We don't really have anyone to pinch hit for. We're stealing with Lawrence Butler. It's a bad pitch for that. We're actually going to go. We're going to third. He's safe. He made it from first to third on a bad throw. I don't know what that's going to be called, to be honest. He does swing. That ball could get down. It does. It's not going to be caught. We're going home. And he throws straight to the cutoff man. Safe. Jesus Aguilar with a 2 RBI double. Okay, so we're going to keep him out there. Ground out, walk, fielder's choice. We're trying not to run through our relievers, especially in a game that's not super close at the moment. We're on that. Laureano is going to send that pretty far. Warning track. Wall. Oh, and it gets caught. Man. Oh my goodness. Again for Manny Pena. This is a 2-home run game for the catcher that I didn't really expect to do much. 103 off the bat, basically. 415. Just ripped that ball again to left field. We're just going to keep Acevedo in here. See if he can get out. Only base runner he allowed was on an error. Aguilar with fly out. We're going to keep Acevedo out there, considering he's not like one of our best relievers. And if he can get out of this, this will be a good outing for him. 2 outs, 3 outs. He just went through like 4 innings of scoreless pitching. So that lowers his ERA down to a 4. Manny Pena with 2 home runs, 2 RBIs. Aguilar goes 1 for 5 for the double for 2 RBIs. Seth Brown gets a solo shot. And then Lawrence Butler got a bloop single for an RBI. We hit Rich Hill pretty hard for 4 earned runs. So with that victory, we're not really going to play any more games. We're just going to go ahead and get through our scouting and get towards the draft. And then at least figure out what we're going to have planned now. So starting pitchers, Edgar Escobedo is going to be solid, but not really centering. Oh, sorry, Edgar. And then Henry is also here. And then he has more upside, but also is probably going to be worse to start off. Ruben Waldron actually looks pretty good. Antonio Lopez, I have no idea. We haven't been looking there. We've been looking left fielders. We've been looking here. Luis Reyes is very interesting. Gene Calderon is also interesting. Jamie Zamora is also interesting. Like, I'm not sure where I'm going to go. Stuart Nishi is probably the best, like, guy we... Like, this would be the person we can't miss on, is what I would say. Chavez, I'm not too sure. David Yang, he does not look that great, but he probably will be there in, like, the 5th round. Miguel Brito, he also... I mean, he looks good as well. I don't know. I really don't know. Now, if we look at some of our prospects, we have Tyler Soderstrom, who is still hitting very well. The power numbers aren't really there, but he's walking a decent amount. He's actually stealing some bags, so I might boost his stealing up a little bit depending on that. OPS is decent. Like, he's just been decent. I mean, I think what we're going to do is we're going to bring him up at the end of this first season, so he actually starts next season. I don't know if we'll start a catcher, but he will start next season. Shea Langoliers has had a very good increase in his stats, even though he probably doesn't deserve it. The power numbers are there. They're better than last season's, or on pace to be before he got injured. Daniel Susak at some point is probably going to end up being our backup catcher once we get Manny Pena out of here, whether just letting him walk or trading him. Now, Edgar Escobedo is decent. I mean, he's fully scouted now. He's going to be a mid-80s potential, low 70 overall guy. He's going to be solid. I don't think it makes sense for us to just... I don't know. I feel like we kind of should swing for the fences here. Like, you know what I mean? He's going to... Like, we know what we're going to get from him. He's 22 years old. He'll come up in the majors when he's 23. He'll be a solid starter. He would be a great contribution to a... World Series type rotation, but that's not us. That is definitely not us. Miguel Hernandez could also end up being a second rounder for us. He's kind of like the same as the other pitcher, just going to be a few overalls lower, which obviously we'll take that at a later point in the draft. We're going to work on our starting pitchers, and we're going to work on Miguel Brito. This will be week 12. Okay, scouting assignments. Miguel Brito, what did we figure out? He's all the way scouted. There's a big window. He looks good, but I don't know. Lucas Roberts, he looks better. He lost a little bit of his upside in terms of overall, but he upped his floor in terms of potential and overall also, I believe. Steven looks okay. He's going to be a long term kind of project. He's healthy. Lucas Roberts, we actually figured more about. I like him a lot. He's probably going to be my third round pick if I'd have to choose. We're going to leave it at that, though. Jamie Zamora looks kind of like a bust to me. I don't think that's going to work out. 50 scouting. Okay, this will be the final week. So this is... Do we want to stick to this? I don't like Zamora. However, this is kind of it. This is the last chance. We're just going to send it. This will be who we work with. Alright, first year draft. I will see you all next episode.